Eagles Court, weekday mornings at 10 on News Channel 6.
This weekend, we are keeping a close eye on what is now Tropical Depression Fred, but it will become a tropical storm as it moves back over water. More details on Fred and what we can expect to start the work week coming up.
Now on Good Morning Augusta, what doctors are saying about kids and the COVID Delta variant. We hear from the chief at AU Health. Details as your number one source for local weekend morning news starts right now.
Live from Television Park, this is Good Morning Augusta on WJBF News Channel 6.
And good morning, sunshine. Thank you for joining us. It's great to see you. I'm Sean Stock. We'll get to your news of the day in just a few seconds, but first, let's head over to the Weather Center. That's where we find meteorologist Jenna Petracci with a look at our forecast. Good morning, Jenna.
Good morning, Sean. Well, it's a nice, calm morning. Here's a look at our Jiffy Lube Skyview Network cam down at Augusta Regional. You can start to see that sun start to rise with just a few clouds in the sky. A very typical summer day in store for us, with temperatures starting out pretty warm and muggy in the mid-70s for the most part. 75 in Augusta. Looks like it's a little foggy in some parts. Allendale 73, 78 in Evans, and Sylvania sitting at 74. Notice some areas also seeing that fog, such as Waynesboro, 76 degrees as well over there. And there's those dew points very high, so 74 in Evans, 74 as well in Lincolnton. So once again, definitely a very humid start to the day, but no rain across the area and across the two states as well. We're not seeing any showers. However, this trough is still in place, and that'll allow some late day storms to pop up in our area with increased cloud cover. Now for this weekend, pretty typical summertime weather, but things will change as we begin to track Tropical Depression Fred. Notice we'll be moving back over water, and that's when it will strengthen to a tropical storm. And in addition to that, we now have Tropical Storm Grace as well that formed as of the 5 a.m. advisory, so I'll have a lot more details coming up on both Fred and Grace. Back to you, Sean.
All right, Jenna, thank you. It's the
Following the recommendations from the CDC.
In Aiken County, I'm Aiken Bureau Chief Sean Stock, WJBF News Channel 6. We now know the identity of the woman killed in a crash in Warrenville yesterday. According to the coroner, Beatrice Arrington of Waynesboro was traveling north on Jefferson Davis Road. She attempted to make a left turn onto Sutherland Road, turning into the path of a southbound car, causing her to crash into the passenger side of that vehicle. The 41-year-old died from blunt force trauma. The driver of the other car was not injured. A toxicology analysis is pending. In a story we first told you about on our website and social media, the names of two victims killed with the car they were in plunged into a West Augusta pond Thursday night have been released. The driver is identified as 86-year-old Anna Lamb. The passenger was 89-year-old Beatrice Priest. It happened on Dunnington Place in the Forest Hills area. The victims died at the scene just before midnight Friday. The U.S. Census data has been released, which is basically answering
The Barry Vera Show, Thursdays at 12:30 on News Channel 6. When you've been seriously hurt in an accident, does the size of the law firm you call really matter? Attorney John Foy and Associates.
A former football Friday night star who died after practice at his college in Virginia was remembered this week, and that took place at a vigil. Our Wes Cooper shows us how the legacy of Quandarius Wilburn is living on.
We ask you now that you will look on this community, that you will look on this family, this mother, Lord God.
Respectful, intelligent, loving, funny, great sense of humor, never in any trouble. He was the model kid.
I need you to survive.
Many say there are big shoes to fill in Wadley after a favorite son, Quandarius Wilburn, died after he collapsed during football practice. It happened August 8th in Richmond, Virginia.
He didn't have any health problems, and I like to believe that, it was natural cause. I just think that, probably knowing Quinn was on the field, probably giving it his all. and maybe that was the thing. He just, at a time when he probably should have been rested, Quinn was going to push it.
Wadley Mayor Harold Moore is Wilburn's godfather and helped raise him.
His nickname, we always called him Quinn Jeezy. His mom was a single parent, but she did an outstanding job raising him. Even in the times that we lived, she just did an outstanding job. So I would literally just solicit prayers for her because she's having a hard time with this.
They may not be blood, but Mayor Moore's son Caleb saw Quinn as a big brother.
We was pranking each other, and I had some ice cold water, and I poured it on his head, and then he got up, and he just started hitting me. He just went and stopped.
Fly high, man. We love you, man. We love you. We love you.
Many other people at Thursday's vigil also have fond memories of Quinn.
He was a really positive presence. Like, he would come by my classroom some, mornings, afternoons. Hey, Miss Morgan. And you just never know, like, how a good morning would be. And so he would always just exude positivity.
Quinn's talents on Jefferson County High's football field got the attention of some recruiters. He signed a scholarship to play at Virginia Union University and was enrolled as a freshman at the time of his death. He was only 19 years old.
I'm just shook. Like, it doesn't feel real. Like, he was just here with us.
News outlets in Virginia report Quinn died of cardiac arrest. A young man, a promising future, a part of Wadley who will never be forgotten.
We praise you, Lord God, for the good family member he was.
In Wadley, Wes Cooper, WJBF, News Channel 6.
And Jenna is up next with your forecast.
Delivery app.
Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
Good Saturday morning. Well, what a beautiful start to the day. Here's a look at our Jiffy Lube Skyview Network cam at the Augusta Marriott. Beautiful sunrise this morning. Things are starting out pretty calm, but we definitely have a lot to talk about today with the tropics. But for your temperature, 75 degrees, some foggy conditions, very muggy start once again, 73 as that dew point. And temperatures around the area all pretty warm to start off this morning. 75 up in McCormick, 75 in Lincolnton. Notice some of those areas seeing that fog. That's in Augusta and Waynesboro. And Waynesboro sitting at 75 as well this morning. So satellite and radar across the two states not showing much rain. Notice just some cloud cover across the area, but this trough is still in place over the CSRA, and that'll allow for some late day thunderstorms to pop up. But we are tracking Tropical Depression Fred this weekend. Notice the center is now just to the north of Cuba. It passed over land over the past couple of days, and that weakened it to a tropical depression. Just 4 miles per hour shy of tropical storm status, and as it begins to move back over the water, that's when we expect it to strengthen once again to a tropical storm. So here's a look at the track of Fred. Notice it begins to move over the Gulf this weekend, and it looks like landfall could be anywhere between Monday evening and early Tuesday morning, and that's now shifted to the west a little bit closer to Alabama, so it looks like around the border of the Florida Panhandle and the Alabama coast. Now, once it moves over land and heads our direction, it will weaken to a tropical depression and won't bring us much rain until we go into the start of the work week. So for your Saturday and Sunday, looks like all that rain will stay to our south and impacting Florida for the most part. We will have a few scattered storms, but mostly that'll be from the trough and the front that's headed in our direction. But this tropical moisture will surge into our area as we go into Monday and Tuesday. So here is your impacts for Monday and Tuesday. Heavy rain mostly in Alabama and Georgia, as this system has most of that heaviest rain on the eastern side. So we're not expecting a whole lot of rain since we are well off to the east and the system is starting to track more to the west. But overall, we are still on the eastern side of the storm where there is the most likely chance for heavy rain. So we will see around 1 to 3 inches. Some breezy conditions, not expecting a whole lot of wind gusts, but this track is still changing, so remember to stay with us for your updates. Now, in addition to that, we're also tracking what is now Tropical Storm Grace as of the 5 a.m. advisory. It's at 40 mile per hour winds right now, and it's still pretty far out into the Atlantic, so notice it will follow a very similar track as Tread moving over the Caribbean over the next several days, so we'll keep you updated on that one. But for your weekend, once again, just typical summertime weather. It's going to be a hot day with some late day storms, and for your futurecast today, notice the clouds building in into the area with a few of those storms popping up, mostly in the northern and central half of our area until around the sun goes down. And for the next couple of days, that's when we'll begin to track Tropical Storm Fred as it makes its way towards the coastline, bringing us some heavy rain Monday and Tuesday. Once again, a hot day today, 96 in Augusta, and tonight another muggy evening, 73 is that low in Augusta. And for the next 10 days, Viper 6 alert day issued for Monday and could possibly be Tuesday as we continue to track Fred.